So in my estimation, 10% of the people in the world are sales types. They know how to sell, they love to sell, and they have no fear of rejection. They're the people who say, hey, I love to hear a no, because when I hear 9 more no's means I'm coming to a yes. Yeah, yeah, rah, rah, That's maybe 10% of the people in the world. I think 90% of the people in the world are like me. They're not sales types. They don't want to know how to be a sales type, and they're deathly afraid of rejection. So how do we create sales in a sales business without being a salesperson? That's what we want to focus on this module. Because here's the thing, you can create literally hundreds of thousands of dollars or pounds or euros worth of volume in a month, literally millions of dollars or euros or pounds or pesos a month without being a salesperson, by practicing some of the things we're talking about here, which is going to be conversational marketing of your products. Now, what's the difference between selling and marketing? Selling is we make a sale. Marketing is a little more bringing the prospect to us. I always like to say I'm a horrible salesperson, but I'm a brilliant marketer. I'm very good at creating situations that put qualified prospects in front of me where all I've got to do is educate them about what it is my product or service provides for them. And I can do that with passion, intensity, and urgency, and that's going to cause people to want to buy my product. So I can sell a lot of product, and you can sell a lot of product without necessarily being a good salesperson. Now, I understand we've got a lot of people on this platform. Some of you are in party plan companies, some of you are in direct selling companies, and you really honed those selling skills. And you've got the how to handle objections and how to handle rejection, and you're very great. I'm all for that, and I don't want to take that away from you. Here's what I want you all to focus on, however. How to practice selling in a duplication business. Because go back to our foundational premise, which is 90% of the people in the world are not sales types. Only 10% are sales types. So it's really important that we do the business in a way that those people are going to be able to duplicate, those 90% of people. So we want to think about how you can do the business in a way that your sales skills don't get used against you. And that's where using third-party tools is so important, as we talked about in another chapter, and about educating prospects as opposed to selling to them. We want to know where they're at, what their needs are, what their wants are, what are the benefits of our product and service, and how they can benefit that particular prospect in their particular life, wherever they are right now along the journey. I want you to make an investment in customers. Don't be afraid don't get cheap on giving samples. Don't be, when a new product comes out, man, get that to all of your people. Tell them about it. Give them, invest in the product catalogs or the product brochures or the product DVDs or the product audios. All of the tools which promote the benefits of your product or service, invest in those. Have a good inventory of them and use them, because this is really a very good investment for your business. So one of the other things that I think will really serve you well is to support the retailers in your group. Because here's the thing, you're going to get, and again, it's going to vary depending if you're a party plan company, a direct selling company, more of a traditional network marketing type of model, how active people are and how in terms of getting more customers, or do they lead with products as opposed to lead with the business? And I want you to counsel with your sponsorship line on what's the best way to do that in your particular company, your particular compensation plan, your particular product line. But here's what I will say. Here's some tips that can help you in terms of just supporting the people who are retailers, because what you'll see is and again, it'll be different between party plan, direct selling, network marketing model, but you'll get a certain proportion of people who are really more just retailers. They're not excited about building a team. building a network. Because they say, no, I love these products. They changed my life. Or I love this service. It saved me so much money and I put it aside and I was able to send my kids to college or whatever the case may be. But they're just in it because they want to get their products for free, or they're just using the products and they want to share the products. And so they're excited about that. So one of the things I would say is you can give product training segments at your opportunity meetings afterward. Like, in other words, you can have it set up so, because what you're going to find is that retailers, they don't want to go to opportunity meetings and they don't want to go to training meetings unless the training is about the product. So you can do some kind of like a night owl product training after an opportunity meeting, which is also good for all of the guests of an opportunity meeting, also good for all of the team members. Or you can set up product workshops just once a month in your local area. For sure, you want to have definite product workshops. Anytime you have a convention, a quarterly event, a regional event, any of those kind of things, always build in some product training, because you've got to develop that passion. And that passion comes from knowing why those product or service are superior, what are the ingredients and why those ingredients are chosen, and if they're expensive or hard to get, or they came from some real hard to find place and you go there because they have this specific tangible benefit, or again, how the money savings it provides a customer, or whatever the benefit is, train on that. So your people are just natural, enthusiastic ambassadors of the product without having to be a salesperson. And again, if they are a salesperson, great, I love it. I don't want to lose that skill, but I just want you to do it in a way. So even though you're an amazing salesperson, what I want you to do is not let your sales skills get used against you, so you're not able to duplicate as good as you could if you use the third party's tools and the system and the training programs and things like that that allow everyone to get the same kind of results you do. Always be on the lookout for third party validation. And then when you see it, and here's what I mean by that. You're in a vitamin or nutritional company, and then Time Magazine does a big story about why you need vitamins and minerals, or Huffington Post has a blog about why you need vitamins or minerals, or you're in a skincare company and you see a great magazine article about the importance of hydrating your skin and exfoliation or whatever. In other words, it's not a particular marketing material from your company, it's a third party edifying the efficacy of your particular product or service. You want to forward that to all your customers, or you want to get copies. If it's a magazine, you want to get copies of it, or if it's a book, you might want to invest. Sometimes books come out that have, same thing, we do the same thing in the business, right? When we see a book like David Bach or Robert Kiyosaki, or my Risky is the New Safe book, a mainstream business book that talks about the benefit of network marketing, we get extra copies of those books and we use them in the follow-up process with prospects, because again, it's third-party credibility. Do the same thing with your products, and let's really show your customers why this product or service is to their benefit and why you're excited about it. All right, other thing I want to talk about is the personal elements, the things you do that provide stronger volume for you. And then we're going to really go into the next chapter. We're going to look at some other stuff on how to build your volume. But you need to have a product story. Every person in every company needs to have the story about what that product means to you, or what that service means to you, and why you were attracted to it, and what happened once you bought it, now that you've been using it. What are the tangible results? And again, go back to what we said in the ethics chapter. I don't want you making crazy medical claims or things like that, but you need to have a product story, a testimonial that could pass the scrutiny of regulators, but still show your prospects why you're excited about that product or service. And it was interesting, we did, every year I speak at the Mastermind event that Art Jonak puts on, and that is the event in our space. That's where really the serious world-class professionals in network marketing, they attend every year that event. And no matter when you're watching this, I'm sure if you just Google Mastermind Event, or I think it's mastermindevent.com, you can see about that. But it was really interesting. We just finished I just finished that, and we did a kind of a hot seat session where we brought people up. They picked some people from the audience, and they had them come up and do a 3-minute presentation on stage. And people were saying, "Wow, that's so crazy! How could you?" Because there were a lot of people there. There was more than 1,500 people at this particular event, and people said, "How could you just grab somebody out of the audience and give them half an hour to prepare to go give a 3-minute thing?" And here's what I told them. Every single person in this business should be prepared to do that with a 10-second notice. And that's what I'm going to say about your product story, your product testimonial. You should have a 30-second version of that. You should have a 3-minute version of that. And then as you advance in the business, you probably should have a product training workshop that you could put on at 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or 90 minutes. That, again, if somebody got a call and said, "Hey, the guest speaker for our training event, their plane is grounded in DFW with lightning, thunderstorms, and we don't have someone to do the product section," you should be able to, once you've been in the business a little while, you should be prepared to step in and do that. So have your product story, your testimony, a short version, a longer version, and you should have an appropriate order every month. If your company has an auto ship, you should be in the auto ship program, and you should be the best customer in your business. You should be the one who uses the most of that product or service because you really know the benefits of it. Other thing about your personal elements would be, let's suppose you're in a wellness company. I think you should have a tangible fitness goal. Or, if it's a money-saving thing, it should be a financial goal or a money-saving goal or something like that. Where, in other words, you have something you're shooting for. You have a program you're going after with this product or service. So whether it's weight loss, whether it's energy, whether it's skincare, or again, it might be just something about it's saving money on long distance or saving money on your utilities or whatever. You should have a goal for your product or service and go after that and get that, and then that should turn into another one of your stories. And then the last thing I want to tell you is you should have a customer goal. And this is a goal I want you to achieve. And it's, counsel a little with your sponsorship line on what would be a good one for you at this point. But every person in the business should always be working to achieve their next customer goal. And remember, the more customers we develop, the bigger the volume is, the better we get paid, and the better everything works. So let's go to the test, and then we're going to go and look at some other ways to build consumer volume.